Alright, hello everybody, welcome to VR Master League. We're on channel 1, it's OCE, it's an hour till 3. Bewitched, Bewatched. Something something applesauce. Doesn't even really rhyme, but it doesn't matter. The time is now. The time is late, but I'm here. Appreciate you guys for showing up as well. Disrupty, welcome to it. See 10 other people lurking there in the background, and that's all cool. I'm a lurker too. Hope you enjoy, though, this stream. We have a couple in a row for you, including Dark Reapers Reserved and Deranged Unicorns. Following that will be... Dark Reapers versus Deranged Unicorns, and then the next match will be Dark Reapers Reserves versus Request. So, at the behest of the time, I'm going to be here for the best of Echo Arena, as ever, always. How's it going, Disrupty? How's your week been? How's your weekend? And yeah, how's it going, my friend? Hopefully all is well. Yeah, shout out to you guys. Appreciate the love. Appreciate you guys joining. Anytime I get to cast, it's been a good time. And thus far, I've casted every day this week, which is a nice stark change from last cycle. Yeah, it's going well. I'm happy, healthy, and safe, and I'm good to myself and all that good stuff. But yeah. Expect this trend to continue. Glad to hear you're doing well. But expect me to be here quite a bit more often. That's definitely the aim. 5 weeks left in the season after this, at least the regular season until finals and whatnot. So planning on going hard. Expect a lot more OCE streams, a lot more NA streams. And if only my sleep schedule would be different, some EU streams. It is mighty, mighty hard to get a normal person's sleep schedule, though. Trust you me. On that note, I don't know if Rowdy Artifact is in the chat or will be in. I know we were talking about temperature earlier on. It is hot in here, thus, I'll turn on that AC. Ideally, you guys won't be able to hear that, though. In any case, another corpse voice talk? I'm not sure. The only time I can pull off that corpse voice is, like, first thing in the morning when I've had nothing to drink, no water, dry throat. Got that morning breath. See, I can't do it. I've been up too long. But when I wake up, as long as I'm nice and dehydrated, I can get a corpse voice, sort of. I do have another TikTok though that'll go up a little bit later tonight before I go to bed. Another one like the the little wrap-up videos of sorts on highlight plays. It's a fun thing. Maybe I'll give you a sneak preview later. Who knows? But yeah. Indeed, it takes a very specific time of day and circumstance to actually get that low and get that gravel in my voice. I try, ERML is presented by HyperX. That kind of, Very tough. Anyway, that said, the teams have been pinged, I think. Oh, no they haven't. Well, yes they have. Sort of. I don't think I did anything wrong, did I? Oh, I did. Let me see. I'll ping them again, this time more appropriately. There we go. I did ping them once, but go figure. I typed the wrong thing ever so slightly. Oh, that bot is picky in the Discord, isn't it? That said, we are going to start here shortly. So on Deranged Unicorns, looks like they're rolling with a roster of Liam, Eternal Flash Ray, 7-Eleven Destroyer, and Rhinoceros. On the opposite side, Dark Reapers rolling with Reindeer, Turkey FX, DJ Boren, and Fletcherus. So we got the bows, we've got the arrows, maybe, but we got the Fletchers, so we can at least make it work. That said, let's fetch us a match going into round one. Appreciate these teams for having me. Let's get it going right now, shall we? Sup. Or no, 5 up. I still like sup. Sup, Echo Arena. Yeah, good game earlier on. Glad to have you here, and thanks for having me earlier. As well as Liam was taken. We'll see Liam. In the game, and we'll see one person actually leave the game there, crashing out for Dark Reapers. That's an unfortunate start to this match. Certainly speaking, so this will be an early advantage as Liam taking the goal. Assist there to 7-11. Very convenient. Let's see what's in store. Timeout, I imagine. Yes, indeed. Very unfortunate timing, I must admit. So early on in the match to crash. Also, I'm realizing I do have my old replays in there from the last game, so... One moment. I need to get rid of those so they're not showing, I suppose. Alright, we should be good. And asking why Kit's not playing? I'm not sure. I know for this team, they do have a 6-player roster. Same for Dark Reapers for that matter. So both teams with 6-player rosters, and you know, with that, you're gonna see those exchanges of players. A lot of times, sometime a different set of rosters, a different set of players coming in between rounds. You never know. We could see things change just yet. But with that, an early timeout expended. That's necessary from the Dark Reapers. So Deranged Unicorns, first couple of points, and Joust advantage going now to Dark Reapers. VIP with pink looks clean, I agree. Power pink. That said, powerful was that stun, and DJ over to Reindeer on the other end attempting to collect, but the Reindeer getting left there in the snow. Oh dear, picked off on the top board by Destroyer, and Rhinoceros with some stuns to enable Destroyer to actually get that pass off to the midfield. Now Liam has Eternal at the other end. Eternal unable to capture said disc, but Liam certainly will. So lean in on Liam and see if they can be seeing that next goal coming up real soon. Eternal Flash Ray, but will not be had. Grab, though, at the top of the ceiling, looking like Fletcherous and Eternal both at the same time, contesting each other, allowing 7-11 to get back into the mix on the grab. How about some highlights from the Pioneer himself? Well, if you think about it, since I'm casting, I'm kind of in every highlight. Technically, sort of. But Liam over here, welcome to old Jack, by the way. Always a ball, as well as a barn when we have Jack in the Twitch chat or in the match. Liam with a quick recovery and into the goal, but bouncing off the bottom, trying to paint that pocket. Nearly good. Nearly. Eternal Flash Ray, though. Over to Liam on that left approach. Headbutts it. That would have been a tough move regardless. It was a 1v3. So down by a couple points yet, and wow, what a grab by Rhinoceros. That was fantastic. At the edge of the reach in very quick fashion. And in time to the goal, right as the dive came out, it's Liam. Puts them up by 4. Old Jack Burton saying, you provide the footage from the old 3v3 days, and, well, I'm not opposed. The days of old, the days of yore, the days of Palidore. Fun times indeed, but of course, the league and the leagues have come a long, long way. And VRML, happy to be doing it as a caster. Getting to watch these players. I'm a part of every single one of these 400 teams and living the dream in that sense. So Liam has that disc after the missed offensive opportunity on the other end. A confident shot and eternally hot. That's right. Liam pointing right in the face saying, you the man, or the woman, or otherwise, you're the Echo unit, that much I do know. Oh, what a good shot there. No hesitation. Got the confidence. I like it. Now with that 7-11 Destroyer on this approach. Looking for an angle. Unfortunately, we'll bounce a few different ways, although it does get to Flash Ray in the end. Eternal Flash Ray passing it down to Liam. Bouncing off that catapult door. And back to 7-11 in the back end. So from the back end to the forward and in position for another reset. Rhinoceros being taken almost off guard. That disc looked like maybe lost tracking. Grabs it back, 7-11 right below, and they're gonna go up from 7 to 9. So, a good advantage here for Deranged Unicorns. Which, for the Unicorns on that note, that is indeed their first cast here of Season 4. Won't be their last, I do expect, like I said, getting back into the swing of things, and I can expect, you guys can expect a lot of these OCE streams for the remainder of the season. A lot of that shout out to our production leads on the VRML production crew coming on board as of recently to kind of help offload some things and, well, therefore open me up to actually cast again. Very nice, very nice. Jack Burton saying, paving the way forward, those old days of ESL, VRL, and such, and well, sure. I mean, I'm definitely happy and proud of those roots and where we came from. Certainly. You know, back when there was no meta. Back when we had to establish the meta. as a small community. That said, a big save. Rhinoceros looking fierce and now charging much like a rhino, seeing if they can get that disc. And they go by, though, into 7-11 and 11 points. Deranged Unicorns. They are at home on this range. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Shout out as well, Disrupty. Thank you for the compliments. And Kit Catastrophe. There's Kit. Now, Disrupty was asking for you a little bit earlier where Kit be at, whether on the play or on the cast. Always good to see some Kit Kat on the stream as Liam takes it away. Kit's team having some good success here. Dark Reapers still trying to find their stride, trying to find that rhythm, and it will take a few minutes now and then to get started in the round. Oh, perfect pass! What a hit! 13 points, baker's dozen, and that was appropriately hot in that oven. I'm loving it. Not sponsored by McD's, by the way. I do agree, Kit, you are a sick player, for sure. Although on the non-pun side of things, get well soon. Hope you feel better. Nonetheless, back to Dark Reaper's side of the floor. Turkey effects here. Over down to Fletcherus. Fletcherus capturing said disc, and disc goes bye-bye into the tunnel. Will be taken, though, by Eternal Flash Ray, and right out of there into the deep end of the Orange Sea. Into an interception, maybe? No, just a brawl. Eternal playing very well in that back lane with less than 3 minutes left and a hefty lead. Let's see if they can get some more. No, it's Turkey gobbling that disc. So Turkey effects, putting on those special effects and seeing if they can affect this scoreboard to maybe get on before this round concludes. Start finding that rhythm, start finding that rock as this team does roll. It's Liam on that goal, 1 point in, 15 points up, and that is indeed the point as they are feeling very, very good. No hitches at all in their play so far for Deranged Unicorns. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So with that nice lead, it is into that left tunnel. Just beyond the reach, though, of the bow. So Rhinoceros over to midfield. Liam, 7-11 Destroyer actually getting stunned. So another opportunity. This was their first potential goal. Could still be there yet. Reindeer rains it in, and when it rains, well, instead gets poured upon by Rhinoceros. That is animal on animal violence. But alas, that goal still zero, that score still zero, and that's the sound of silence. They're trying to break it here, though, with some offensive pushes. It's Turkey up ahead. Turkey checking Reindeer up high, but unable to get that pass by. Will sail into an eventual collection by DJ. DJ up to Turkey, and yet again, the spacing, seeing if they can manage to mangle that goal once in this final minute, but just not able to get it going quite yet, but that can change real soon, of course. Now DJ, that's a good steal from DJ, trying to hit up high there to Fletcherus. DJ right back at them, though, and that is a deep fling, but just sailing past once more. So many close opportunities in this last minute and a half of play, where that disc was within a few meters, but not within close enough range for the actual score. But as I say that, persistent as ever, putting in some extra effort on the rebounds, and on this side of the floor are the Dark Reapers. Tapping it to, well, himself, Turkey. Turkey through that midfield now. Had a stun gun on that goalie, might have been good, but unfortunately not the case. A recovery perhaps going to be had here by Liam soon. Has the better end of the boost. Reading that nicely, spinning around, putting in the jukes, putting in the three. That's a triple, baby. 18 points for the Deranged Unicorns. What's up to Supercalifragilisticexpialiosia? Welcome to the stream. I'm really glad to see ya. 6 seconds left in this game, and maybe time. There it goes, and it's gonna be a 21 Mercy at the very last second. Eternal Flash Ray. And that is a flash bang going into the goal. So with that, a strong opening round without a shadow of a doubt. And Trav, old boy. Hello, old boy. Old chap, yes. Glad to have you here, back in VR Master League with me today. I'm Palidore, and a mighty fine game we've got going on for you. Yes. Hip hip. No, that wasn't an attempt at an Australian accent. Don't worry, I'm not mistaking the two. I can't really do an Australian accent. It's like, I'll start off with one, and then it gradually just goes back to like British or something vaguely mixed in between. Not good. Can do a lot of impressions, but Australian, I have to listen to Pam Wow a little bit more, I guess. Pam Wow's American accent, pretty on point, and not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. Oh yes, Mr. Dr. Professor Aliosia, my mistake. Nonetheless, Dark Reapers, they're unable to get it going, but it can change for sure. I've been able to stream this team a few times, and you know, improvement every time is the name of the game as we especially get into the second half of this season. So, you know, first round didn't go their way. Got to put that behind you, wipe off the slate, and well, a good start here off that headbutt joust. So they're gonna have this first opportunity, perhaps, if they can read this disc. Although the disc goes sailing into the blue. Gotta have a really flat and relaxed tongue, says Agent Victoria in the chat there on the accent. Well, let's see if they can put an accent, a finishing touch on this, maybe. But no, it's off on that pole. Taken by Reindeer. Reindeer evading Flash Ray there. An Eternal Flash Ray linking up on a chain with Rhinoceros, able to successfully get possession right back for them. And a quick pull-off boost there. Liam from the back, but snared by Turkey off the dive. Now Turkey, though, getting stunned. Not even Thanksgiving yet. That said, say thanks for giving me that disc, says Reindeer, but Rhinoceros says it right back. So it goes up to Liam from that top shoulder and that disc holder. And that is beautiful from Reindeer. That is the gift being delivered. That said, up into Eternal Flash Ray, but on that Flash Drive, sticking with it and keeping a team alive to begin this round. Another save, and yet another opportunity at offense. A handoff to the Nest. Nest off the pole and out to the outer reaches of the midfield. Again, relentless and endless is this offense, it feels like. The disc has been everywhere, except inside this goalpost. But nonetheless, up into the collection from Eternal with an anchor shot from 7-Eleven. But that is a great pickoff by Turkey. But guess what, ladies and gents? Another take back in the midfield, interception. So for Dark Reapers, they're playing some strong defense, without a doubt. But these clears, I think they need to start either prioritizing the left or right clears, or finding some passes or dribbles. Basically anything but these clears, because they are having an awful lot of trouble actually getting it out of there. Now off that wall bounce, taken by Liam. I want to shout out Pamwell, by the way, who could possibly have been casting with me right now, but we insisted that schoolwork was more important. Stay in school and all that jazz. But been casting with him lately. Been a fun time for sure. While I love me some Palidore, you know, some getting an A+, I feel like in real life is a little bit more important than a cast, maybe. But still, shout out to Pam, who's been around here lately. Always fun casting with my dude. Now let's see, it's Fletcherus up top, going to bounce that right up to Reindeer. Reindeer off that wall, trying to send it down below. Pass the hands into a rebound though. Fletcherus now passing to Reindeer. I like these passes, but can they finish is the question, as they do have some players in tow. Left, right, and center of the goal. They do have some options. Just need to play this patiently, calmly, collectedly. Is that a word? Maybe. To Liam, and that will be sent to the trap. So Fletcherus right back at them. Takes a rough bounce, but rebound from Reindeer again. Reindeer trying to catch those bearings and catching those hands instead. Pam Bam Bigelow, indeed. Pam Bam vibes. See if they can go right down that midline and get that Van Dam goal. He still act? I don't think he does. But anyways, taken by Rhinoceros. Excuse me. Also, Soggy stopping by in the chat, and Agent Victoria. Did I already shout Victoria? I don't think I did. Did I? I don't think I did. Did I? I don't think I did. I don't know. You guys have been around so much in these chats, it's hard to remember which one I said hi to last. But either or, welcome Soggy, and also good games earlier on. Fun times there versus Invictus. But into the orange lane, going to be picked off by Turkey, it looks like, with about a second to spare. Although Liam arriving there in time, and I take it back. Turkey was not able to wrangle it, so possession back. And look at this, halfway through the round, we are at 0-0 at the moment. Both teams now stifling, well, themselves or each other, whatever the case is. We are at a stalemate is the main point. Of course, here, these games in OCE, New Zealand or Japan or Australia, they never do get stale, mate. Okay, so picked off 7-Eleven Destroyer. I like this. Slow it down a little bit. Watch their goals, watch their angles, I should say, so they can get those goals. Because all they need is those passes to connect, and I think being able to slow it down and, as importantly as anything, throw softer passes, calmer passes, make it an easy catch as Reindeer takes the save, makes the plays. Getting the stack as well. If they can do this, they might have some opportunities. That's beautiful defense from Reindeer. Now Fletcher's trying to capture on the other end. Those stacks all breaking apart, chaining down the floor, but picking it off. Liam not even chancing an attempt at the goal, just trying to snag it out instead with some success. Liam, though, on two recoveries, the two clears haphazard on them. So DJ and Fletcherus now trying to capture that disc right back. A pass over to Turkey FX. And once more, see if these teams can space just a bit. Fletcherus in the right place, but Runo says, oh no. And that is out of there in a hurry. So the herd stampeding down the floor. And have you heard of the sound of the goal lately? Not yet. We are 6 minutes in this stalemate, but I feel like this is about to change. There's that pass, and a shot not finished. Reindeer. Goodness, the ding. That was nearly a self-goal. Gonna give me an aneurysm. But it's gonna be taken here by Destroyer. They're gonna get another chance at this one as 7-Eleven up the floor. Need to buy themselves a goal, much like a convenience store. But no, that is off there. And what is in store for the remainder of this round? Not sure. Cosmo Woe also stopping by in the chat. What's up to Cosmo of the Woe Variety? And yeah, I think both of these teams, as Chad is mentioning, there's definitely a lot of these shots on the goalies, and it's kind of a situation, right, where it's been scoreless for so long. Every second, every minute of action that passes here, there's more and more pressure to actually score. These teams have not been able to breathe, to respawn for the last 7 minutes. Not a single second to actually calm it down. And that is definitely the task at hand right now, is after 7 minutes without a score, figuring out how to readjust in the middle of the action without a timeout. You can see 7-Eleven calling for the disc there, had the hand out. And this is where you need that communication, the extra pass. There it is. Oh, the finish not there, though. Liam from the backboard, and yes, it's in. 2 points after, oh my goodness, 7-11 on the goal time. How convenient was that? So, hey, we got the first goal, 7-Eleven assisting, and from 14 meters deep, I mean, Deranged Unicorns, that might be the game winner right there. Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. Shots were finally fired, finally made into the right lane. DJ avoiding 2 or 3 different defenders in the area. Meanwhile, off into the other end of the floor, Rune will send it over to 7. Yeah, stark contrast for those tuning in. Stark contrast in these rounds. 21 points Mercy in the first round. And with less than 2 minutes left in round 2, we've got only 1 score on the board. That is a crazy, crazy turnaround. But so is the name of Echo. It ebbs and it flows, sometimes into unusual stat lines like this. See also Coiny Boy in the chat. Welcome to it. Also a familiar face from the streams, matches, and that said, Hatches them the goal. They broke the egg, and now they've got 4 points after the last couple of minutes of action.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7.
See a hydration redemption from ENZK. punks. I'm not trying to pronounce that, and I think just saying it alone just made me need to hydrate. So thank you for that. I'm going to take a quick drink after the next goal for sure. Big swig of the water. That said, a tall glass of water, a tall task to overcome. They need this shot, they need that goal, but they do not get the results they were looking for. Another attempt, but another save. Rhinoceros. Not in any hurry to get rid of the disc. Go deep down the floor. Last minute of action. One more here will certainly secure it. And either way, one passing play. And off the way, rebound once and twice. Ding dong. And that definitely stung on the offense. But nonetheless, they are in position to maybe take away the win. Time winding down. No time for a comeback, certainly. But a bouncer right outside of there. Oh, 7-11. The grab. Meanwhile, the stuns, waving the wand and losing the handles, eternal off the back and could not bury it again. A lot of those dings, and what an unusual round this has been, but 4 points wins it. How about it? So, if nothing else, you cannot fault the the sheer amount of energy that was being expended by both teams. I mean, they went a very long time without even a chance to take a break or a breather, but in 2-round sweep off of some kind of inverse scores almost. I mean, could not score in round 1, and then neither team could really do much in terms of scoring at all in round 2. The name of the game. And I'll also take this opportunity to once more apologize as our Ignite stats, as of this week, as of the last few days, have been mysteriously broken. It's being worked on. So, yeah. Usually after the first round they're correct, but by rounds 2 and 3 they start doubling or tripling up. So, apologies. They are not correct. Nonetheless, though, 21 in the first, 4 in the second, and that will conclude this round. So, yeah, one of those games, man. But both teams, they didn't give up until the end. Got to give them credit for that. There was also 7 minutes where I couldn't talk, or couldn't stop talking, I should say, to take a little bit of a drink. So, cheers to Punksk for the redemption. On that note, another match coming up for you in just a second. We do have Dark Reapers Reserves coming up next, and that will be Request, their opponents. So, with that, let's see first of all if I actually have any invites yet. Perhaps. And yes, I do. Okay, so on that note, quick intermission, and I'll be right back. And if you're lucky, I'll even give you that sneak preview of that rap later on. We'll see. All right, stay right there.
VRware. Our passion is for the future.
Oh, hello. What's up, guys? Not used to hearing my voice from this screen, are you? Well, I'm here. Currently waiting on some invites actually again, because I think my old invites they gave me were a bit expired, so... For the moment, here I am. Here I am. Yeah. Gonna chill out a little bit. Oh, Zen meditation keeping you calm. I'm sorry. Did I interrupt your Zen music? Didn't mean to do that. Maybe, some ASMR? Pally style? Yeah? Be calm. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna stop that. That said, if either of these teams happen to be listening on stream, get me some more invites. That would be just fine and dandy. Much appreciated. Because we do have requests versus Dark Reapers reserves scheduled for right now. No invites, that's all. Well, regardless, I'll turn up the music. I'll be right back. Hopefully, with your next match in the next few minutes. What's up to Eli in the chat? I am the mysterious voice from behind the scenes, here to answer your question. Round 1 was 21-0 and round 2 was 4-0. A very unusual circumstances that match, but it was a high-scoring affair followed by a low-scoring affair, and sometimes that is how the game goes. Another match coming up soon here. I anticipate. I think. Just realized I forgot to turn the music back up for you. Sorry about that. Maybe I hurt someone's eardrums just now because of it. Oh look, an invite. Magic. Suddenly, the voice in the dark comes back onto the stream. The music goes quiet. Narrates his joining experience with his party system. Something is broke. It keeps sending Palidore into a pub. He is beside himself here at 2:41 a.m. Where will this journey take him? Nobody quite knows, but hopefully to an OCE server mighty soon. Hopefully. Oh my goodness gracious me, guess what? Everybody, we've got a match. Took a while to get into that server. Little bit of a hard time. Shout out to Paramore on that, but the hard times are over now, and it's beautiful days ahead. Here in the middle of the night. Echo Arena fidget spinner. I need to trim my nails. Don't mind that. You jealous? I would be. My most prized possession after all the ESL stuff, right? I mean, yeah, we have little community trophies and a disc and a medal. It's cool, but it's not a fidget spinner. It's not a fidget spinner. All right, anyway. So these teams are about to begin, it looks like here. So appreciate your guys' patience in the chat. Appreciate those guys' patience in the Discord and in the arena. There you go. Anyway. Yeah, so no more fidgeting. We'll be off and spinning real soon. Anyway, sup Eli, Oreo Dog as well. Once again, Rowdy Artifact, Tarina, asking if I'm NA West or NA East. I'm from Arizona, which is West. It's the state right beside California. That's right, I'm almost Hollywood. Ha! I don't know what that was. Like a mix between a hair flip and a like dramatic. Anyway. So next round, first round I should say, starting here soon. Both teams readied up. Dark Reapers reserves on the orange side. That is correct. And Request will be on the blue. My first look here at Request on the season. And I think my second or third look here on the Dark Reapers reserves. With that, we are back into the mix. Jack Burton, well, indeed, you know that fidget spinner was from 2017, so it would make some sense, eh? Oculus West here with that send off to Mayonnaise on the recovery for Request, and Ikana 2 with the disc, seeing what they can do for Request. Yeah, that fidget spinner was actually given out by Intel at Oculus Connect 4 in San Jose, California. Like I said, I'm Hollywood, no big deal. But yeah, that said, just one of the goodies that I have from the days of yore. Into the midfield, captured there by Kirito. Over to Oculus West now. The captain here of this team in the Dark Reapers reserves. Of course, we just came off of a match where we saw the Dark Reapers, non-reserves, playing. As Mayonnaise able to recover. Mayo with the sendout down the field. Some stackage and some boostage as Sly Music with a disc-age. But just a smidge of a stun coming out from Tori Drive. Now, all the meanwhile, floating into that blue zone, that blue bubble, pick-off and send-off into Tori's hands. Tori from that outer edge of the tunnel has it stolen, though, by, oh boy, Leroux? It sounds French. It looks French. Someone please correct me. I need it. L3 Rux. It's either that or LaRue. Whatever the case is, it's going to be a 2, just missed by Mayonnaise. L3 Rux. See, it's like either way. Well, there's a play. Slam dunking away for the first 2 points. Mayonnaise from Torii Drive. Nicely done. Oreo saying, okay, L then 3, then Rux. So I'll just say Rux. Let Rux. See, it's one of those unfortunate names where there's a few different ways to say it, and none of them sound remotely close to each other. So if you get it wrong, it sounds awfully wrong. I'll go with Rux. Rux sounds good. Rux had me in flux, but back into the game here, and I think we're all sorted out. So thanks for the intel. Back into the orange well, actually into the sidewall. It's Torii Drive contesting slime music. The trench, though, taken by Yamamori. And Yama into the goal, where Mayonnaise is there for a recovery. Has maybe an alley-oop attempt. No, well covered, though, by Oculus West. 2 points on the board these first 3 minutes, as a ricocheted clear just goes right back, pinballing into that bubble. Oculus West, though, another clear. Now, clear taken by Ikanatu. And Ikana to Yama. Over to Torii Drive now from up high. Shoulder pass, calling for the play. One more down below, perhaps. Beautiful delivery and the goal. Turning blue, or turning orange rather, on the way in, but doesn't matter because 4 points on the board from Request.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Eli, or actually, also correct me again if I'm wrong. Is it Ellie or is it Eli?
Orange clears it out.
Something about those names. If I get it wrong, you can call me Pally or Pally. How about that? I am, after all, your ally. That said, it's Oculus West just missing that one, taking it here on the sidewall. Oculus West to the clock, but nobody home. Tick-tock.
Blue catches the enemy.
That doesn't help me at all. It's
Catches the enemy.
Eli. Okay, cool. Thank you for that. All right, so I was right the first time, but you know, I gotta make sure. All right, anyway, yeah. I'm casting a new matches later, by the way. I think you asked that question before. Not quite sure yet. We shall see. The front door not quite open, but the avenue there for Mayonnaise on a clear down midfield. Has to evade that midfielder. They do so. Now into the bottom of the station. It's Ikana with maybe an angle. Let's see. Is it good? Nearly there. Rebound at the boot, though. Might have it for Torii Drive. Oculus West getting there in time. 4 points on the board almost halfway through this first round. Opening things up.
Blue team takes possession.
Puns make me seem extra tall. Well, thank you, partner. Glad to hear it. And on the other side of the floor, though, Oculus West, as they try again to get their first goals going, unable to do so. Yeah, I gave you a little bit of a howdy accent, Rowdy. Let's see. Piping down the floor will be a midfielder there. Kana 2 with a disc. Kana into the arms of Mayo. Had those points earlier on, seeing if they can get a few more. Pass nicely delivered to Torii. Torii right underneath that boot. On the approach, Yamamori disrupting the goalie. That angle might be there. The goalie was stunned out, so trying to buy some time for the offensive player to get off a shot. Could not do just that, so Mayonnaise a slapper. And I like that. Good team play. Kind of finding up here to the pass. And actually, now that I think of it, I think I actually may have casted Request once this season. I'm trying to remember. Memory doesn't serve. With that said, served up on a platter into the goal, nearly there, and the rebound, a success. They're up by 6.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
So on the record side of things, Request has a 4-6 record, 1-5 for Dark Reapers Reserve. Still trying to find their stride here, make that progress if they can, and that is, of course, the name of the game. And that's a lot of the teams here we see across all regions, but especially OCE as much as anything. These teams that have been casting the last couple seasons, the improvement has been immeasurable, just constant up that ladder, really at a staggering pace. So I think, for Dark Reapers Reserves, they have not been able to put on a ton of wins as of yet. But persistence pays off, as they get that chemistry underneath them, and just a little bit of time. That's all the recipe you need to find success here in VRML, and wow! Kirito from head to toe scores that one from deep down the field. Now maybe that'll get them in a flow. You love it. I love it. Want some more of it. They were trying mighty long to get that goal to go, that first one, and sometimes if you can break the seal, it's off to the races from there. So we'll see if that gets some gas in the tank. Really nice stuff. So midfield, there's a turnover. That's a deep flinger, a great recovery. But passing it off into the mid lane takes some awkward bounces. So Mayo has to send that one off. Actually does get lost in the trap. 3 different players for orange, but the one for blue, it's Yamamori rather. I kind of mixed the 2 names there. Yamamori and Tori. But that's set into the midfield. That's a slap again into the trap where the teams look to collect. Of course, for Request here, a team returning, at least by name, from that last season. And the Japanese teams, really across the board, are teams I've been very impressed with just as much as anything. That said, off the headbutt, it looks like it might have been a grab, but it was right near the head, either or. Good job by Kanatu putting in the defensive clamps and just in the right place if nothing else. Either a handy play or a heady play, but a play it was, trying to dive out. But yeah, I have been able to stream a few of the Japanese teams here in Season 4, and really all of them so far have impressed to varying degrees, some of them to immense degrees. Definitely on the team play. Especially for a region that, you know, while OCE has been a niche but growing region, Japan even more so, right? So, relatively speaking to the amount of players that they have in their league and in their division, I mean, they really show some impressive chemistry and team play. Not to mention the good sportsmanship always that they have been kind of famed for. I hear a lot of good things, not only from OCE players, but even from NA players who get a chance to have some pub matches with OCE and with Japan. So, that said, Oculus West on this approach has it stolen though by Tori Drive. Up the floor, Kirito, who scored that amazing 3 earlier on, trying to find some more of that success for them in the end of this round. I mean, if they can hit another 3, they will be right back in this match. They still have 45 seconds to make that happen, so let's see if they get it going. Tarina saying Singapore server is looking pretty good. Yeah, I've actually heard some good words about that, so that might be something to keep an eye on in terms of having the OCE and, well, the Australian and Japanese players all playing on those servers. Now with that, Mayonnaise serves up one more goal in this round, but the first round of success here, certainly for Request. They will take it at the end. Still another 10 minutes at minimum, though, to expend. 5 seconds left, a little bit of time going for the headbutt play. Always a favorite option of players when there's not a lot of time left on the clock. But with that, Request on the first round win. They're going to be feeling pretty good here. Game high so far to Mayonnaise, 6 of the 8 points. But for Kirito on the other end, that beautiful 3 as well as a couple saves. So over to the stat screen, courtesy IgniteVR.gg. Again, keeping in mind that the stats should be accurate right now, although we've been having some odd issues this week in particular with the stats doubling up after the first round. So keep that in mind. But currently accurate, it looks like, and getting a look at them there for all you guys. Meanwhile, I can actually check where the server is, and courtesy of Ignite, by the way. And it is, in fact, in Singapore. So yeah, they are actually playing on a Singapore server right now. Looking at it in Ignite. So there you go. And yeah, actually checking the pings, which I'll give you a look at early. Everyone here is actually in the low hundreds. Good stuff. Especially, again, from Japan to Australia/New Zealand. I'm not sure where all these players are from, but that's actually pretty good for them. So round 2 on the way. Here we go. Also, there you go. Just to take a look at the pings. This is Singapore for you guys. Really not too bad. Not too bad at all. All things considered. You know, it's all relative, right? That said, you guys are all relative. which is to say, you're my family. Welcome to the stream. Glad you guys are here, joining me for one more cast as we wind in this final 10 minutes of action, or 20 minutes of action, potentially. I do think this will be my last stream of the day, probably. I know there are some more coming in another hour, half an hour or so. We'll see, we'll see. I'm kind of... The gas in the tank is running out a little bit, and more so my voice is getting a bit hoarse. So I kind of want to live to fight another day is all. With that said, deep into the orange end of the sea, it's going to be taken here quickly by Ikana 2, trying to find those first 2 points, but a great stun from Sly Music. Looking like Sly, that is to say, Sylvester Stallone, leaving them stalled there with the brawls. But another brawl taken there, and a free-for-all in the midfield, everyone punching each other as the disc goes bye-bye. A lot of punches in the first round, says Eli, and you're not wrong. That shot, ooh, that would have been beautiful, but that barrier, the sneeze guard, as Sputnik Cobra calls it, just getting in the way. You gotta hate that thing sometimes. Sly Music, there's the stuns, the body blocking as well is gonna enable the walk-in goal from Oculus West with a side arm fling. Credit, though, to Stallone, Sly Music, putting in stuns on the defenders and then disrupting the goalie just based off body blocks, if nothing else. Very effective. Also, what's up to Hal Gibert and Rev. And again, Aliosia. One of my favorite names. I don't know, your name is... I know I messed it up a lot at first. I was always saying Aliosa. You know, Wingardium Aliosa. But... a lot of fun names to say here in OCE. Although, admittedly, when it comes to the Japanese teams, although fun names, I'm always self-conscious because of how I pronounce them. But always glad to cast these guys and gals, and that said, right down into the goal, just barely missing that one. Taken back by Sly Music into the trap. Teams meeting each other inside that goal. Struggling to actually maintain control, however, as the slap goes out. And into the regrabs, I do like for request, you see they sent one person onto the disc, they sent one person onto the barrier, one person into the goal. So basically, not investing too much in piling up in the same place. That's a very important thing for newer or less experienced teams. As a rebound there, careens right to Mayonnaise, and with great ease, ties it up at 2 apiece. One of those things I like pointing out when I see it, especially for teams looking to climb up the ladder, is that kind of communication. Recognizing that when there's a loose disc, all 2, 3, or 4 players for your team do not need to pile up on it. Instead, send another player onto the disc, but then send your other players anchored somewhere, either into your goal or into the barrier, just somewhere where they are able to get a quick pass sent their way. That way you don't get too invested in the pile-ups, which just tend to be those 50-50 scenarios where neither team is really guaranteed much control at the disc for a while. So with that, Tori was able to get the slap, and what a shot! Wow! Ikana 2 doing what they can do, and that is a really beautiful and immediate hit. Look at the reaction time on that. I mean, the pass delivered and no time wasted. Highlight plays for sure. They're up by 3 points, 4 minutes in. Eternal Flash Ray also stopping by the game, saying this is a pretty even game so far. That's a Joker train even going down the midfield. Why? Just because a headbutt, however, creates turnover, disrupting them. Good games earlier on to Eternal Flash Ray. Good casting, you guys. Thanks for having me, and thanks for stopping by in the Twitch chat. Just a heads up, by the way, for anyone who was streamed earlier on, whether now or I guess in the future, right? Hold on, maybe a goal, a save. Oh no! The goal goes through instead. So a little bit of Chicago nonetheless, although we are on Singapore server at the moment. Anyways, to finish off on what I was saying, something that a lot of people don't actually realize, if you were streamed and were still live on the channel, by the way, you can actually watch your VOD. So I don't have to end the stream for you guys to watch it. So if you're curious about those plays, all you have to do is go into our Twitch page, click on our avatar or our channel name, go to the videos tab, and you should be able to see a still broadcasting stream up. But if you go to that, you'll be able to actually watch the rewind of what was streamed earlier on. Just a heads up. But now on this clear, that's into the deep end. That actually has a chance at the goal. Wow. glancing blow. Just the sly music there to maybe bother or recover, but a tapper from, or over to Ikana. Another thing I like here from Request, look at that, they're already prepared on the stack. You see how they were waiting? They weren't waiting until the clear happened for them to actually get the stack going. They waited until they had a move to make, until they saw an avenue to pounce on that disc. Now that said, unable to retrieve it, at least on the initial opportunity. Oculus West there, over to Sly. Sly on that slap, back to Oculus. It's getting congested inside that tunnel. So Ikana playing in the back line. And once more, I gotta point that out from Request. I love it, because you see, Ikana could have gone into the pile, but instead thought, okay, I'm just gonna play in the back lane in a spot where I can either pick off an interception, or I can be passed to if one of my teammates get that disc back. It's stuff like that, I think, for both of these teams, and especially for Dark Reaper's reserves here. That can definitely help improve their game a little bit, you know, focusing into the positioning and the communication. Because a lot of those 50-50 discs, while sometimes they'll go your way, you know, more often than not, or at least by the end of things, if you go against a team like Request who's been able to successfully position out like they have, after 10 minutes of action like that, likely not sustainable for Dark Reaper's reserve. So they will actually pull it within 3. Kirito there on that approach on a basically 2-on-1 situation against the goalie. So nice numbers advantage there. That would definitely be, anyway, the biggest thing I'd say for Dark Reaper's reserves in terms of immediate improvements. Just sending one to the disc, wherever that disc is, cleared. Send everyone else to an anchor. Now Ness, Bowtie, Station, Double Diamond, wherever it is. That way when your teammate, if your teammate is able to retrieve the disc, you have another teammate on one of those anchors saying, hey, pass it here. If you get this disc, I'm at Bowtie. If you get that disc, I'm at Shoulder. I'm at Barrier. Basically giving your QB an immediate place to pass it to, even before they actually get the disc. So it's already in their heads. Meanwhile, though, into the side wall. Now, as I say all this, don't make any mistakes. Dark Reaper's reserves are actually still perfectly within reach in these last 2.5 minutes of round 2 to maybe make a comeback. Trying their best to dance around and find their angles, but just well covered. Request able to play some pretty stifling defense on the whole, as that sails right past the goal. Rebound, turn around. What a hit from Mayonnaise. My goodness. Mayonnaise has put in some really nice shots. That one not an easy. A 360 fling from that shoulder. Had that fadeaway as well. It wasn't even towards the goal, so that was not the easiest angle to hit. But Mayonnaise making it look absolutely easy and confident on those shots. Love to see that. But meanwhile, turnover, another flinger and a goalkeeper in there. It's Rux able to take it. But into an interception. Tarina saying Mayonnaise cracked. I agree. One of these stick out names, certainly. The perfect condiment here to complement the team. Okana into the floor and up the floor into the bubble, that is. They have the spacing once more. There's Tori being covered well, but Mayonnaise uncovered, and that's the one player you do not want to be uncovered. Mayonnaise gets it again. 12-4. Suddenly, triple on the scoreboard. How many points does Mayonnaise have here? 13! 13 points across these 2 rounds. The last minute of play, and it took a while, granted, and credit to Dark Reaper's reserves. They were staying engaged and active in this round, keeping those scores low, but the last minute, those clutch 2 minutes of play at the end, Request doing some work, suffice to say. But all the meanwhile, Coiny Boy there with that pass back to Tori. Also to Nuggy in the chat. Have I streamed your team before? Let me know. Crosswalkers, I can't quite recall. I feel like I've either streamed you once or not at all. Let me know. That said, what a play there from Tori to Tori. That would have been a beautiful highlight just to cap things off at the end. Kirito with a disc. Over to Oculus West. Oculus West losing the handles and back into the top of that trap. Round will end in a sweep, favoring Request. And I am impressed. So with that, well, here, first, I'm gonna show you the score screen proper on the default overlays because our Ignite stats after the first round are getting a bit broke this week. So I'll give you guys a look at that. You can always visit it and pause on it later on if necessary. But just in case these second round stats are broken on our end, which they may be. And looking like, actually, no, I think those are correct. Huh. Okay, I'll take it. Good stuff. Anyway, quick drink. Quick drink. And I'll be right back. Okay, I take it back. Stats are not correct. The points looked okay. The points looked correct, but never mind. It was wrong. They are wrong. I'm a sad door. Yeah. At a quick glance, it looked like the math added up on the blue side and such, but upon closer inspection, math does not check out. Someone go tell PamWow. Yeah. In case you're curious, who was it? Sly Music had 68 suns, not 100. Anyways, you're gonna have to unpause, or if you want to get the actual stats, I guess you'll have to go back on the stream, rewind it a little bit, and pause. Apologies for that. Again, our stats are not currently working. It seems like after the first round, they keep doubling up for some reason. I'm not even sure it's really double. It's going wonky. So don't worry, Ignite is on the case, and they are always very speedy with their patches and whatnot, so not sure what's going on there, but apologies no less for those minor tech issues. Anyway, before I commit to fully leaving this stream, let me check real quick. I know I saw Nuggy saying you guys play at 8:10, which I would assume is like right now, although according to the website, it seems like you guys are not scheduled for 20 minutes. Am I wrong? Like I see Frostwalkers versus Requests, but it's scheduled for 3:30 a.m. my time, so 20 minutes from now. Coiny demanding the points, as well as Tarina and Rev. Well, you know what? Why don't you pay me? I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. It's late. I get cranky. I'm not actually cranky. I'm happy. I will give you your points. Absolutely. There you go. And I didn't really mean you had to pay me. But thank you for the Prime, Eli. I appreciate that very much. Much love to you. That is very kind and generous. Always appreciate you guys. Again, even if you, whether bits, subs, or even just chatting, that stuff, it means a lot. So for you, Eli, a fidget spin for the win. I don't know if that gives you any validation or anything, but there you go. I paid up, don't worry. Alright, I put my money where my mouth is, so cheers for that. Appreciate it. And also Coiny for the hydrate earlier on. I need to do that again. My voice is going. I can feel it. Alright, so yeah, Request is playing again next, that's correct. I was just trying to, not saying I won't stay on for one more stream, I'm just trying to clarify when this is starting, because according to the website, the match isn't technically scheduled for another 20 minutes, but since it is Request playing again here, no, maybe an earlier start, I don't know. So yeah, if we have an earlier start, I mean, I can stick around. I can do it. I can hang out here with you guys. I can share some more interesting Echo doodads. Let me get a grab on this up here. All right, this is gonna be border on you know, like a weird flex type thing. I'm not trying to brag, but at the same time, it is cool. Here, this has not been seen on stream, period, in at least 3 years. From, boom, Season 2 over at Oculus Connect 6 for VRL, ESL. Well, bam! Not too shabby, huh? So we did get a little something nice. We never did get to take home those awesome trophies from those competitions, but I did get myself a nice, you know, nice little medal. Arg. Anyway. Why is it not gold? Good question. Why is it not gold? Huh. I don't know. Either way, yeah. No, this is a pretty cool thing. I actually have not even. It's been sitting in this little box. Ooh, look at that green screen. Anyway, it's been sitting in this little box for the last few years. I take it every now and then, though. Take it out, that is. Memories. Anyway, it's a cool little thing. Actually, I would love to be able to do this for our winners of VRML. Now that I think about it, because you know, it's cool. I think having an item like that just to be able to display beyond just the, you know, prize money and stuff like that, it's pretty cool. Making memories and all that. Anyway, nostalgia. So, I've not really gotten the word one way or the other. I'm still in the server with requests as a thing, so I'm not late for anything, but why not? We'll hang out. Where's Darth Citrus at? Asks Eli. Hamwow, right. Hamwow is doing schoolwork. He could have casted. He was tempted to cast. I encouraged him, like, okay, I'll be casting most days now, I think, for the rest of the season. At least I'll try. So, real life comes first. He wasn't happy about it, but, you know, gotta be responsible and all, and I can't be responsible for Hamwow failing a test or anything, or failing a class. That's all. As far as echo points go, using that as currency, I mean, are you talking about, like, the echo points in the game, or are you talking about the channel points here? You know, that new season of Echo Pass came out recently. I haven't actually gotten to even look at the cosmetics, really, as of yet, but yeah, I know that's a recent thing. One more cast, asked Tarina. Yeah, I'm not saying no. Although I was, hopefully we can get started here. Or my voice does crap out on me. I'm chugging though, don't worry. What I gotta do is I gotta bring it down from my normal casting tones into more normal conversational tones. Now, then I'll be fine. But yeah. So, okay, here. Just for posterity, I will make sure to ping the team, so just give me like a moment. And I'll clarify for them that I will stream this match. Request and Frostwalkers, you got your cast, indeed. On that note, though, since I will be doing that, actually allow me to head to a quick intermission, like for a few minutes, at least, just so I can reset my overlays and all that jazz. And yeah, I will, in fact, be back with at least one more cast here. Request versus Frostwalkers coming up next, so BRB, stay there, please. Or don't, but... Okay, see ya.
VRware. Our passion is for the future.
Okay, hi guys, once again, welcome back to the stream. I'll be on camera in a second here. Getting ready to go soon with requests once more, this time versus Frostwalkers. Be fun to watch them here. I did check, this will be the second time I've streamed Frostwalkers, so I thought I did get them once. It was some weeks ago, but yeah. Get them again here shortly. You see my stats seeping through just a little bit there. I'll get it fixed. Trust you me. I'm a pro. Oh yeah, prediction poll. I suppose I can start one of those once again. Why not? The request here on orange side, it looks like. And Frostwalkers on blue. Alright, so I'll put a few minutes there on the clock. 5 minutes, in fact. Might end that early depending on when this match starts. Oh, there you go. You can bet your channel points. And again, for those who don't know, aren't aware, if you do accumulate 15,000 channel points, I believe. Yeah. You get to can redeem a Cast My Match reward there, which guarantees that one of your upcoming matches within that next week or so will be casted here officially by VRML. Which is to say, if it's OCE, well, probably some combination of me and one of our other OCE casters. So that said, if you are a smart bettor, or for that matter, if you're willing to risk a little bit on underdog teams sometimes and try to go for like the big winning pot at times, that could always be a factor as well. That said, names are... Oh, overlay's not glitched so much as just me not swapping the teams, that's all. Don't worry. Some things you can just blame on human error. 3:20 a.m. Forgive me. For I may be a door, but I'm also a human, but I do adore you. Hopefully this match starting soon, and we'll be into it soon with a request back at it. So welcome you all. We're all Echo addicts. And that was a limerick, behalf of Palidore. I'm not sure if that was actually a limerick, but it was a poem anyway. So, no worries. I got it fixed. Thanks for the heads up, though. I did fix it for you guys, as you see. Yeah, no, the only thing that's actually broken that I can't fix really at the moment is our stats after the first round. Those are getting glitched this week in particular. Kind of out of the blue. Not sure what's happened with that, but we are aware of the issue. Just not something we've been able to fix immediately quite yet. But yeah, I mean, always, appreciate Ignite for the overlays in their Spark application, their web application. A lot of the management on the production end of things does go through some of their tools there, and they do make life quite a bit easier. For instance, the ability to do just this. See, look at that, switching up the team names over and over. Seems like a simple thing, doesn't it? And yeah, maybe it is now, but boy, if you guys had a look at what the VRML stream assets were 2 years ago when we first got started in Echo Arena, there was a lot, and I mean a lot, of manual action required to get some of the overlays working. Ooh boy, boy. All right, so I don't know exactly when we may or may not start. Let me go back to the stat screen at the very least, roster screen for you guys, and nothing else. Give you a look at old Palidore or something. But yeah, I mean, we used to have to manually input, well, semi-manually input like the names, the MMRs. It got crazy, man. The ranks, the stars, scores, yeah. There we go. Anyway, we're about, I don't know, 7 minutes away from this match starting, I suppose, officially. I did let the teams know in the League org channel that they can start anytime they want, but, coming off that match for request, possibly just wanting to take a few minutes, and that's totally cool. The official start time, after all, isn't until the 30-minute mark, so yeah, we could hang out. Not really sure if I have too many other Echo doodads to show you guys. From I mean, I do, but just not necessarily on hand is all. Can only show my Echo Arena fidget spinner so many times before I feel like it gets a little old for the chat. But that's alright. Who was it earlier on? I think it was old Jack Burton. Maybe I should have shown this and pulled this one out when Jack Burton was still there. He was talking about pretty sure it was Jack, right? Talking about gathering clips from the old days of Echo, and it doesn't get any older than VR League. Boy. But yeah, I actually do have a kind of a cool Echo collection. Maybe I'll show it on stream one day, the rest of it. There's some stuff in my closet, like I have old signed jerseys from the olden days of Echo Play. 2017, 18, 19. I do have some signed jerseys from the Redshift LAN that actually happened just a few months ago. That one was a good time. That's why you guys don't see me wear my VRML jersey anymore. Because I took it to the Redshift LAN in Virginia. That was on, what was it, June 25th through 28th, I think, just a few months back. Shout out to Sputnik Cobra for putting that together. It was a great time, I had, I think, like 60 people from Echo there, from North America. But yeah, so I took my VRML jersey there. I got it signed, which is great, but also means it was my only one, so I can't actually wear it anymore, really. Need to get myself a new one. One of those, something from VRware or from Arma. I mean, a lot of cool stuff. Does VRL do any Echo-related things? I don't think VRL does any VR-related competitions anymore, really. I think they had maybe like an Onward thing like a little while ago, but for the most part, they're inactive. I believe VRL switched to being more of like a sort of a hub for featuring some community competitive-related things, like a social hub of sorts on their website where they spread some news. But as far as I'm aware, VRL/ESL, they're basically the same, but just, for clarity. Yeah, I don't think they're actively involved at the moment, and haven't been for a couple of years. That's largely why VRML came into the mix, right? It was back in 2019, where ESL had ended their third season of action. That was in, May or June. I had those season 3 finals in Leicester, which I did attend, granted as a spectator, because finished third that season, and they only took the top 2 from each region. So, yeah, a lot of the stuff that I won from ESL and competing back then, it just got put right back into either Echo or into VR or into, like, you know, hardware and stuff, like computer hardware. But yeah, it got put back into the scene. It got put back into me traveling to make it to the international events that I did not qualify for. Don't regret a single bit of it, though. It was all fun times. But yeah, they had their last season there in summer 2019. Come OC Oculus Connect 6, 7. Time does blur as more passes. Nonetheless, at Oculus Connect 6, I think it was, we met up with VRML and Oculus. You know, we talked it over. What can we do in the competitive scene? What was the direction we wanted to go in the competitive scene? And collectively, from the attendees, and there was about 100 of us there from Echo Arena, in attendance, we said, hey, you know, we enjoyed the stuff we did with ESL in terms of the opportunities, in terms of getting to travel and, you know, have those opportunities to kind of come together. And they were great. I do not ever regret a single thing about that stuff, but kind of came together and said, we think, as far as production goes, as far as formats and rules, we kind of want to go VRML's way. We want to be able to have a say in those things. We want to be able to dictate with our knowledge in the game and our passion in the game the direction of the competitive scene, because we believe we'd be able to grow it in that sense a bit better. So, you know, no slander towards ESL. Always grateful for it, but I am happy for VRML and being a part of it, because indeed there are certain things that money cannot buy, and that is game knowledge and game passion that only comes from actually playing the game for months and years at a time. Alright, so enough small talk, I suppose. We're into the game now. It is start time on this match, so requests and Frostwalkers, round 1 about to begin. So once again, welcome everyone in there in the chat, Eternal, Flash Ray, as well as Nuggy. Once again, we have Tarina, we have Coiny Boy, Eli, and Rux as well. So here we go. Shout out again, and thank you for the follows as well as the subscription there from Eli about 20 minutes ago. First round underway here as the disc taken by Ikana 2. I'll say right off the bat, for Frostwalkers, they better be watching Mayonnaise here, because Mayonnaise was popping off hot in that last game. But you know what? Yamamori not far behind on that first shot, 5 meters in. 2 points to start things off for Request.
11, 10, 9, 8.
And on the note of those subs, on one hand, I will say, as usual, never something that's required or that we ask you guys to do, subs, bits, etc., etc. You know, I'm always happy to just have you guys here chatting as a good stun and steal coming in from Tori. But yeah, for those who do donate bits or subs, just for reference, I suppose, that does get distributed to the VRML casters after the season, based on the amount of matches that they casted in relation to each other. So, you know, if you guys are enjoying these streams throughout the weeks, if you guys like what you see, like what you hear, and like being streamed, certainly it's, you know, subs and bits and stuff like that is appreciated by the casting crew. But again, on a personal note, I'm just happy to have you guys here chatting. You guys don't have to do anything more than that, honestly, other than watch and chat. But in any case, here will be Tori Drive with a disc, working it up the floor to the side of Yamamori. First minute, 2 minutes of action, that is. Out of the woods, and on this pass to Yama from that outer bubble. I like the spacing, though, and the fact that they are playing it pretty patiently, really not trying to force anything if they don't have to. But that said, Frostwalkers putting up some good defense. They are pressuring out there in the lanes, and they do cause a turnover that will bounce into the orange zone.
Orange team takes possession.
So picked off below, actually sent off below into the midfield. Yamamori Kimchi with the disc, and on that bounce, so actually gets perfectly to Mayonnaise. Might have the angle, has that one-on-one, so needs to press, and press they do. Request with 4 points.
12, 11,
Also, Rhinoceros in the chat, welcome. Also, good games earlier on. Just to repeat what I said earlier to some of the other players, if you do happen to want to rewatch the match that you guys played earlier on stream, you can in fact do that while I'm still live here. You don't have to wait for me to end the stream. So just a quick FYI, you can do that by going and clicking on our name or avatar here on the Twitch page. Go to the videos tab, and you guys should see the VOD perfectly available even while I'm still streaming. Just to let you guys know. So Akana 2 on this push up the floor, not contested by any defense quite yet. So has some time to make it into the tunnel. A good pass off there to Yamamori. Now off that boot, a soft one will be wrangled by Mayonnaise. Mayonnaise trying to dodge through the defensive line. A pass off beautifully so to Akana. And onto the bottom pockets. Not there. The second attempt, not there. Tori drive though. Snagging it. Sending it. Perfectly placed. And oh, it will get into the goal. Now it was saved on the way in. So I guess a quick trip to Chicago. But 6 points on the board for Request. And yeah, again to remind as well, we are in fact on the Singapore servers, so while the pings are still, yeah, they're high-ish, they are much more manageable compared to, I suppose, what people are used to in the Japanese and Australia/New Zealand matches. So it's progress, folks. It's progress. But nonetheless, into the latter half of this round, we still got what 6 minutes to spare. Putting in some good steals, and Akana 2 with a disc. Now they have maybe a nest available there. The pass going into Mayonnaise, anchoring down the Mayo threes. They're up by 9 points. Jeez Louise. Request continuing to impress.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Indeed, Singapore. A nice anchor shot. Not the easiest types of shots to hit necessarily. I mean, once you practice with them, sure. But they're definitely a different type of release than your typical shot. On the recovery, Akana 2 with that disc. Teammate in tow. Great shield actually from Akana. So blocking and baiting that stun. They will miss their regrabs, but maybe the boost will be a success. No! Thanks to Kitukas with the disc, or the stun rather, enabling his teammate to get the disc. But still, back to Request. The pass just missing. Oh, Akana actually left the anchor before they had possession, it seems like, but they'll still maintain it. Getting control below that boot. Passing over to Mayo and tapping off a lot of the gradual jukes here. Almost calm in their juking maneuvers. Will be obtained by Akana at the other side of the floor. And compliments on the passes, compliments on the shots, compliments to the chef, Yamamori Kimchi. 12 points, they're up by a dozen.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
A Rowdy Artifact saying, did we know that Gaming Tim used to be on Frostworkers? Well, what I do know is Tori Drive is on Request, and they are in overdrive to the tune of 14 points. The Gaming Tim, yes, indeed. Only one Gaming Tim. There are many Palidores. Shout out to some Smurfs out there, I guess. Not my Smurfs, but other people's Smurfs. Many Palidores, but only one Gaming Tim. That much is true. No Gaming Tim tonight in the Twitch chat, though. That is a little bit depressing, I must admit. But that said, into the front line again, Akana 2 causing another turnover, and they are doing everything that they can do to just press on this advantage. They're really not being stopped at all in these last couple of games. I've been pretty impressed with what Request has provided. Now, even when they're not getting their first attempts at the goal, they are still able to get those rebounds. They are spacing correctly. They're finding some nice passes and a good spin move there from Nuggy, but will be dislodged with some stuns. Back to the midfield. Now off the— oh my goodness! Oh, a 61-meter fling. I thought they had a goalie in there. They had a chance to grab. It's gonna go. 17 points on the board, and okay, so that's 2 days in a row. That's 2 days in a row that I've seen that now. Those deep, full-court flings that end up in a goal. Happened yesterday. I think it was Soggy Bunnings over on Leviathan who had something very similar to that from like 3/4 court. but not the first time this weekend. And yet that one is a painful blow against the way of Frostwalkers, as it will push 17 points on the board now for Request. But all the meanwhile into the wedge. Yeah, Coney Boy saying Soggy hit so many long shots yesterday. Was certainly in an offensive scoring zone. Could not be stopped. Could not be stopped. Much like these streams, although this will certainly be coming to a close soon, although I am happy to get one final one on it. A lot of OCE matches tonight. I just wish that I had enough gas in the tank to stream all of them. I just don't, unfortunately. That said, Torii Drive here, sending it over to Mayonnaise. The passes was there, but it looks like Yamamori was aiming for the goalkeeper as opposed to the reception. So with that, into the orange zone. Breakaway play, an opportunity. No, it's going to be a stun, a double KO. In fact, it looks like. Either way, though, losing the disc for a moment, once and twice. Torii Drive now, showing the defensive handles. Eli saying, need Pamwow on the really late matches. Well, that said, Pamwow does need some cams. That said, I think we're trying to set up Pam with some cams, but currently it's just me with cam capability and maybe Kit. I'm not quite sure yet. Otherwise, yeah, I'm kind of your one and only lifeline on the OCE cast as long as I am the cameraman. But Pamwow should be set up, I think, rather soon. Making progress on that, as a shot will progress them to a 19-point lead. Colonel saying Palidore gonna become rich after casting all these matches this season. I mean, rich in love, sure. Rich in money, perhaps not so much, but that's okay. Yeah, all the, the Twitch funds do get distributed to casters based on the amount of matches casted, so it's kind of proportional. So it does factor in EU and NA. But yeah, on the whole, I mean, all of us casters, all of our creators, we are all volunteers. We're coming directly from Echo Arena. In the community as players. You know, we started off as players well before casters and creators. That said, casting out the reel, if they can make one more goal, this would be a mercy situation. Less than 13 seconds left and trying to stave it off for Frostwalkers. And taken there by Kitukas. Kitukas now with a few seconds. If they can get some boost, they definitely could use it, but will lose it. And first round going the way of Request on orange. Exactly, I'm rich where it counts. So, as I do send it off to the score screen here in a moment. Yeah, on that note, that's another one of the things, going back to what I was speaking of on ESL. Actually, hold on. Quick drink. Going back to what I was speaking on ESL and stuff. Like I said, we got to travel the world a handful of times. And it was really cool. Really awesome. You know, got to be streamed on the Twitch front page a few times in those finals. 40, 50,000 people, stuff like that. Also very cool. But the one thing that the money could not buy was the knowledge and the passion. Because back in the day, when it was ESL doing the casting and stuff, Echo Arena would only be streamed once a week. Or once every 2 weeks, I think, after Season 2 or 3. But you know, all the matches took place on Sunday. You would have only 3 matches of Echo Arena casted per week, and that was it. And that's kind of what VRML came in to do, was to kind of repair that aspect, right? Because I know for me, my heavy belief is that these streams of all the teams, of every rank, of every division, of every region, they actually do matter an awful lot, you know? It helps for the growth. It helps everyone feel like they have a personal stake and personal value in the community. It gets them recognized in the community. Now, so many of these players I'm seeing in North America and in Europe, especially, you know, our original regions for VRML, those are players that started in the bronze, silver, gold divisions, and I started casting from pre-season and from Season 1. You know, where they were on that ladder, they were low visibility, and yet because they were able to be on stream, they were able to have VODs to study and acknowledge mistakes, come up with new strategies, and importantly, when great standout players came along in those lower divisions on the ladder, well, they were actually able to be visible and recognized, and then they were able to get on bigger and better teams and climb those ranks, and guess what? Those same players I'm talking about are now in Diamond and Master Division in North America and in Europe. So, gotta love it. But that said, apologies for the odd tangent I just went on. We are a minute into this second round. End of the night, so, you know, I get a little off track. My apologies. Back into the game. Scoreless yet in this first minute of action. It will be pinned off here by the Nuttall. Stopping in this round, it looks like maybe a sub situation, as I will try to break these score caps that has been put on. Minute and a half of play. And nothing quite on the board yet. Might be changing soon, though. Good stuns. Yamamori off that barrier. Off the backboard, rather. It's taken and intercepted in the midfield by Kana, so they'll have another chance at this one. Always a killer, for sure. Punda, what's up? How's it going? And a big stun, well, that's going to be going. Frostbite VR with a clear perfectly down that midfield. No one there to disrupt. Meanwhile, Torii Drive couldn't read that disc quite there.
Disc into the hands of Orange.
And into the midfield. So taken by Nuggy, who had stopped by in the Twitch chat earlier on, and glad to see Nuggy in the game. I would be happy to see Frostwalkers get on the scoreboard, but I think for them, a little bit too much in the pile-ups at the moment and unable to find some of those connections. Like, see, they got the grabs there, but they just missed one of those re-grabs, and that's a difference maker, because for Request, both in this match as well as against, who was it earlier on? Dark Reapers Reserves, was it? Request were able to play a very nice team game where they were able to get their stacks in place. The positioning and offense was handled quite well on the whole. And you see on their boost, they're getting a few extra regrabs in there, and that has been enough to get them the disc back, even when they do miss on the offensive end. They're just able to get the clears first, get back to the clears. I mean, you know, possession time right there. Look, 65% going to Request, so they do have that control more often than not. Meanwhile, for Frostwalkers, they can kind of emulate some of that spacing. They'll have an opportunity. Frostbite there with an absolutely vicious save on the top of the goal. So they may be cold, but they are not frostbitten yet. They are trying to heat up on the offense, predicated on some of this defense. Let's see if they can get it going. Torii Drive just denying once and twice over and over on these attempted boosts down the floor. But Kitukas with the grab. And they're going to check in for another slapper into the midfield. Punda saying, 3 minutes, no goal. Well, let's see. The 3 points, no roll. No comparison, though, early on in that match we had early. Dark Reapers Reserves. It was Dark Reapers versus the Unicorns or something of the sort. We went 7 minutes without a score in the second round. After the first round was a 21-point mercy. The second round went 7 minutes scoreless. It was a very weird turnaround, suffice to say. But that said, it's up top here to Ikana. Ikana from that midfield has to dodge between two defenders, unable to do so. A turnover caused there by Kitukas. Nicely done. If they can get this out of there, unfortunately, you see again the bunch up and then the lack of communication, unable to actually find the pass into the bubble, into a teammate. Because that bubble was clustered, had two defenders back there able to intercept it. And those are the moments that definitely, when it comes to reviewing these VODs, and progressing as a team, that you want to be able to recognize. Like a big thing about team play, as you see again, look at the spacing here, right? Everyone on Request has lines of sight to each other. So even though mechanically, if they miss those passes, which they are sometimes, the point is that great spacing will allow you a better opportunity to actually recover the disc. So, you know, some coaching moments there, I suppose. Because think about it, if you're on offense, right? If you're a QB here, and you move it up the floor. Say that you try to make a pass attempt or a shot attempt at the goal. If you miss, where is that disc going to go? It's going to go to the opposite side probably. It's either going to bounce into the midline or it's going to bounce outside the other side of the bubble. But if you have great positioning as an offensive team and you have players at each position, left, right, and center, the chances are, look at that, you're going to get a rebound. No mistake. So there was the rebound indeed off that miss. A perfect demonstration of exactly what I'm saying at the moment. That's what you need to do. That's what Request has been able to do across these last couple of matches. But furthermore, as that Oh, could it be? No way! No way! It's Torii Drive that makes a second time in this match. We get the full, or at least the half-court Beyond Fling. Impeccable. And that is twice in this match alone. Goodness gracious. Well, beyond that, they'll take it, absolutely. Another thing I would say to kind of give some coachable moments as well. And when it comes to these pileups that we're seeing sometimes from Frostwalkers and such is recognizing when the appropriate time is to split off on those clears, right? Not piling up on each other, not having 3 different teammates all in the same place. Instead, send one to the disc as, oh wow, that save from Frostbite. That was in the goal too. I can't believe he saved that. Getting distracted here. But basically sending one player to the clear to maybe get the disc, and then send your other 2 teammates, your other 3 teammates, to anchor somewhere. Anchor and communicate. So saying, hey, if my teammate grabs it, you can pass it over here to the bow tie. I'll be anchored there. I'll be anchored at the double diamond. I'll be anchored at the station. And you're communicating this to your teammates even before they grab the disc. So that way, if your teammate does grab the disc, they immediately know where to put it. Shot just missing there. And, oops, second time around. But yeah, you give your teammate a chance to, you know, if they happen to get it, they know exactly where that next pass is going. And if the teammate does not grab the disc, you're in position for, well, a 2-point play. And you're in position to maybe get some stacks otherwise and, you know, rebound on the other side. Get back onto the defense otherwise. Things like that. You know, there's a lot of things I could say here that would be helpful in the progression, I think, of these teams, certainly. And, you know, none of it critical at all, because as I mentioned, I think among our 3 regions, North America, Europe, and Oceania, I'm consistently most impressed with how fast that OCE has been able to actually improve. Since everyone who plays in this region, compared to EU and NA, are not really veteran players in that sense. Like, you're talking about people who've been playing for 2, 3, and 4 years, and you got OCE, where most people here have been only playing for maybe a year at most, or so, a year and a half. I mean, the pace at which the improvement happens is pretty immeasurable and something worth noting. But that said, off on the backboard, it's going to be taken here by Nuggy. And Nuggy into the goal. Great save from Kana. Able to do some tremendous work on the defense, even with that disruption. Someone trying to body block earlier on. A pass up high, missing, and flying by. Fun to saying, guess I'm not a veteran, Sag. Well, you're a veteran of OCE, that much I will say. But, again, in the context of people who've been playing for, again, 2, 3, 4 years, you guys are comparatively new, which is, like I said, makes it more impressive to me as a shot goes out here, just missing, but recovering Yamamori. Look, the fact that you guys have only been playing for as long as you have, and are playing as well as you do, like on Leviathan, for instance, it's not a disparaging remark, it's actually a compliment. Because the fact that you guys do have these scrims with people in other regions, master teams in other regions, and have some decent success is a testament to exactly what I'm saying, rapid improvement in a short span. That's a case where 4 years or not, these 1 year, 2 year players of OCE are absolutely lighting it up and improving at a rapid pace. Oh, no kidding. You've been playing since 2017? I honestly was not aware. I thought you guys came in like in maybe late 2018 or so, or 2019. I had no idea you were playing since 2017, but then again, I guess because we never were match made, I was not aware. So, you know what? My bad. I apologize. And I take it all back. Anyways, to the midfield it goes, and this round will close 5-2. Win going solidly there to Request in the last couple of matches. They will complete their week, their first week of this cycle. Flawless. Oh, before I go to the stat screen, here, so I don't get you your broken stats. For posterity on the stream, these are the real, official, non-multiplied stats. You can pause on them later to get a better read. But yes. There, actually, hold on, this will be... Okay, never mind. We're done. Off to the pubs, I guess. So, into the score screen. Now I'll give you a look at probably some broken stats. Nonetheless, you can look at me, a broken man. Just kidding. I am a little bit tired, though. I'm a lot bit tired. Okay, definitely my last match, but it was a pleasure doing that. Let's see. Are the stats actually good? I don't think so. Probably not. Now, anyways. I should catch up on chat before I close off here. I would give you some like super in-depth analysis on what I saw there, but I'm a little bit cloudy-brained at this point. So all I can say is requests to be general about it. Both matches impressed. I like the fact, like I said, that mechanically speaking, not everything was always executed right, but because the concepts and the strategy was right in terms of the placements, in terms of the positioning on the floor, and the stack priority. Because they did all those things right, even when they would miss passes or shots, it didn't matter. They were able to recover and then get it right on the second try. Big compliments on that end. For Frostwalkers, you know, got those couple of points in the second round, but as I said, one of those things where give it some more weeks to stew and get that chemistry in line and review these odds, right? And kind of look at what these other teams are doing. And I think they'll just be quite fine. And I'll be able to stream them again, hopefully, before too long. So, any other things in the chat that I did miss from anyone before I part off officially and go to bed? Actually, no. Midnight snack first. I'm hungry. Then go to bed. Coney Boy. Terina, the points. Absolutely. There you go. Boom, 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 boom. Judah in the chat there saying I really want to see a what's a vortex? Besides a team. Want me to do a vortex? What's a vortex? Like a... Ooh, vortex. Rowdy Artifact, 17.6k channel points. Not too shabby. Rowdy Artifact, thank you. I am looking tall. Look, so tall my head's cut off. Some call me big brains. Right now, I'm no brains. Cheers to Coney Boy, Rowdy Artifact again, Ajita, Kevin, Punda, Eternal, Eli, and thank you again for that sub earlier on. Appreciate that tremendously. Yeah. Okay, think we're good. Oh, Cyanide, what's the midnight snack gonna be? Question. Good question. You know what really is lame? In between my OCE matches earlier, I had a big box of chicken, well, not really chicken wings. They were boneless wings. They were sold out of the wings I normally get. I ate like 2/3 of them, and then as I was rushing to get to my desk to cast, I dropped the box. I lost like a solid handful of wings. So that would have been my midnight snack. Now I'm at a loss. So as far as what the midnight snack's gonna be now, I have no clue. Something easy to make. Chef Boyardee, how about that? I don't know. Anyways. No problem for casting though. Still on the floor. No, they're not on the floor. They're in the bin. Aussie lingo. You do call it bins, right? Or is it rubbish? No, I think rubbish is UK. The bin it is. Anyways, I've been Palidore. You've been a great Twitch chat. Cyanide paying attention to what the casters eat. I wouldn't have it any other way. I think. Yeah. Be happy. I'm happy. Be healthy. I'm healthy. Ish. Be good to each other, and I am good. We'll see you again real soon from the waste paper basket in Pally's room. I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna eat. Have a good night.
And we're underway.
Season 4 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, VRware, Rebuff Reality, VR Cover, and ProTube VR.
Also sponsored by Pickle Juice, keeping it kosher.
Also, he's not wrong. I do in fact drink pickle juice. Not often, but I do. It's delicious. It's nutritious. I've got some in the fridge right now, so I'm about to go head first into a big pool of pickle juice. Have a good night, everyone. Love you all. Have a good weekend.